Okay. Distinguished judges, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to listen to my presentation. My presentation will be divided into two parts. The first part will be an analysis on this target essay, Don't Fear Artificial Intelligence by Kurzweil, and the second part will be my teaching plan. As for the essay, we can see from the title, Don't Fear Artificial Intelligence, to see the writing type is an argumentation. The writer here tries to convince the readers the safety of artificial intelligence or AI. Don't be afraid of that. And it is also clearly organized. At the very beginning, the part 1 will be paragraph 1. In this part, the author shows us the dangers predicted by the two great thinkers, Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk. And part 2 will from paragraph 2 to paragraph 4. And in this part, the author listed 3 counterparts why he thinks AI is safe. And the part 3 is from paragraph 5 to paragraph 8. And the author gives us strategies to how to keep the AI safe. And the last part will be the conclusion. In this part, the author actually shows us the disadvantages and why we should welcome AI instead of fear of that. And as for the language, I think this language is not that difficult. And although there are some parts kind of technical, it is easy to be understood by my students. Now let's move to my second part about my teaching procedure. My target students are second-year sophomore. A class capacity will be 50, and they are mixed majors. And there are 3 levels in my teaching objectives. First one, that is language level, which means I wish my student could understand both linguistically and semantically. And second, that is skill level. And I wish my student could use their language which they have learned into practical use, like to write or to speak. And third level is, of course, beyond language, is cognitive ability. I wish my student they could think critically, and they could argue or show their disagreement, why agree or disagree with the writer here. And my teaching procedures will be the first, the leading project. The second will be the structure analysis. The third one will be detailed rating, and the fourth part will be an assignment for them. But before I start to introduce my procedures in detail, I like to say the biggest obstacle for me is to drag my student back or drag my student out of their smartphones because they are reading their smartphones all the time. How to do that? My teaching appearance shows me that's to keep them busy, so they have no time. How to keep them busy? 3. Number 1, I try to make full use of the social media QQ group and WeChat group. And number 2, I divide my student into 10 groups with 5 each and with the team leader. And number 3, I give them assessment and effective evaluation in time. So in doing so, the task-based teaching method will be employed. As for the leading, usually we have our leading in our classroom, but since we have the WeChat group, I will issue my leading activity before our class. So my leading activity will ask my students to consult, to go to the internet to search for the Stephen Hawking's prediction and Elon Musk's prediction about why the human being should think AI has posed a threat to the existence of human civilization. They try to Google on what occasion the two great thinkers say this and why. And when they come to the class to do the leading activity, I will ask my students they will choose a representative to stand and to respond why they think so. And the reading activity will take about 10 or 20 minutes, but here they are speaking instead of they are listening. And second part, that will be the structure analysis. And I will divide my student into groups. Since this one is really organized and clearly organized, I will ask the student to read through the theme, to try to get the topic sentence one by one. And also, I will go around them and I give them form to let them to fill in the main idea of each paragraph and also each part. And they are busy with discussion. And then will be this task will take about another 30 or 20 minutes. So that makes 50 minutes the first period. The second period will be for the detailed reading. Since we are language teachers, I do believe the linguistic knowledge is very important. So in this period of 15 minutes, I will try to help my student to overcome the linguistic difficulties, like difficult words, like the word here, deploy, or the phrase make stride in, or the dystopian futurist movie, or something like that. Will pick the words out. And also, I will teach them in different ways. Sometimes I will ask them to consult dictionary, or sometimes I will ask them to do dictation, and also to do the translation to help them to fully grasp the word, the vocabulary, and also the long involved sentences. Then after that, they are encouraged. After the detailed thinking, I assume my students have both linguistically and thematically understood the context. Then will be the next period. I will invite them to show their ideas about whether they agree with the Kurzweil that we should not fear artificial intelligence or we should fear, but also based on the last paragraph, the author listed a lot of advantages in artificial technology and also the benefits we have got from that. And I will ask my students through WeChat group, they consult it. They go to surf internet to find whether these statements are true or not and in what area, try to make that clear, and they could come to the classroom show. And as in terms of the assessment or evaluation I have mentioned, I will try to, number one, and in the last period, I will do a dictation to see whether my student can spell the words out. It's old, but it's very effective. And also, I will not ask them to do the presentation in class. Instead, I will ask them to use their smartphone to have a video of their group inside. They should video it, and they will send their video via QQ group, since the WeChat group is not that enough. So through QQ group, and I will see the video first, and then we'll choose the best one to demonstrate it to the classroom. Because I think the students, they are really concerned their performance in class, so they will practice a lot. Practice makes perfect. So they will practice and they will imagine, they will feel they are engaged, and also when their performance is shown in a classroom, they can feel the pride, they can feel the sense of achievement. In doing so this fulfill the process of from the input to the output. So they receive the information, and now they also try to send it out. And so the last, then after these 4 steps, I wish my student could fulfill all my teaching procedures as well. Thank you very much. This is my presentation.
Thank you, contestant number 3. Let's hear your questions.
Can't we be more specific?
Yes.
First, would you please read the title again?
Don't fear artificial intelligence.
Can you tell me what would be your language focuses of this text?
Okay, my language focuses can be the first about word, second about sentence, and third about the writing style. I will try to help my students to know how to write.
Can we put the style aside
for
a moment?
So
just tell me about maybe
word.
words.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So for word, in paragraph 1, pose a threat to the existence of human civilization. Mm-hmm. Pose will be a word I want to share with my student because first, it usually is a noun pose. So give me a pose. But here it's a verb, and it's also both commonly used in our daily life when we want to take a picture. But here, that is to try to show a threat or to present a threat. And for paragraph 2, I would like to lead my student to know what is civil defense drills or what is the comparable specters or like the bioterrorist.
Excuse me. Talking about the second paragraph, please look at the second sentence.
Yes.
Humanity was what?
May I read it?
Yes,
okay.
sure.
Humanity was introduced to existential risk when I was a child sitting under my desk during the civil defense drills of the 1950s.
Mm-hmm. How would you understand this sentence?
This sentence.
How would you teach your students to understand this sentence?
Okay, so first one, I will ask them to consult what is civil defense drills of the 1950s. And they are supposed to get to know what is it. And number 2, then here humanity refers to human being, was introduced to, refers to was exposed to. So they were under threat, the risk, and when I was a child sitting under my desk.
Still, I'm not quite sure about this. Humanity was introduced to this risk.
Okay. Okay. You want me to explain what is existential risk?
Not only.
Okay. So here, humanity refers to human being. Was introduced to means we are led to or we are exposed to. Existential risk. Risk here is danger. Existential risk, that is what we can. The risk has already been there, so we are kind of involved in.
Okay. There's another word in paragraph 4.
Okay.
In fact, it appears 2 times in the same paragraph. The second line toward the end.
Yes, exponential, you mean?
No.
Exponential.
What is exponential disease?
A
decrease.
You mean decrease?
Exponential decrease. What does that mean?
Exponential decrease means great decrease. Or decrease a lot.
Yes. Okay. Finally, let's turn to paragraph 8.
Okay.
Again, the first sentence. Ultimately, have you found it?
Yes, ultimately, the most important approach we can take to keep AI safe is to work on our human governance and social institutions.
Yes, how would you explain human governance and social institutions to your students?
Human governance here refers to our self-discipline. How do we control our moral and ethic standard to not use AI intelligence to hurt others or to try to control the human being. So this is inner.
Human governance means we control ourselves.
Yeah, we control ourselves.
Then why do we use human here, not self?
No, okay, human here, I think that is shared by us. Oh, so here, let me try to explain it a little bit. Social institutions, in my opinion, here refers to what the government can do. So that is the law. Okay, here. Social institutions refers to something could be written down and should also be alleged by all human beings because they have been written down there. And the governance here, human governance refers to all human beings. We should control ourselves so this is a moral standard. We share it. We may not write it down, but we share it. We know it. And maybe through our education, or we just do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
contestant number
Thank
3.
you. Thank you.